Well, first off, thank you so much, Bach. I just wanted to just say thank you to Coach Bennett and his staff, Coach Williford, Coach Sanchez, Coach McKay, Coach Susi, Coach Curtis, Ethan Saliba. Um, the list continues. Vic, so many people in our basketball offices that helped me throughout this process and helped me develop overall as a person over the course of these 3 years. I would like to also extend a thank you to Teresa Sullivan, to John Oliver, to Craig Littlepage, to the UNBA administration, my teachers, professors, for giving me the opportunity to continue my education and grow, not only as a person off the court, on the court, but as a person off the court. And I'm just so thankful for my 3-year ride here at UVA, and I think the opportunity presented itself for me to take my talent to the next level and become a professional athlete. And I think I'm ready to take that step, and I want to do whatever it takes to become a better professional athlete.
Take some questions.
Justin, what did the draft advisory board tell you about where you might go in the draft, and did that affect your decision?
Well, at first we definitely wanted to make sure that we got good information back, and we had solid feedback from people who were talking to NBA GMs and people who were involved in that circle, scouts and all. I kind of made my decision a couple of days before I announced, just amongst myself and my family, and the information was hopefully there to be used as something to maybe follow up on the information that I've received from just different people that I have in my inner circle. And I think that information was spot on and accurate with the things that I've been hearing. And that's mid-first to early second. But that's not what I worry about now. Right now in this process, I want to just be hungry and humble about everything, and just be motivated to try to just be the best basketball player that I can be right now, and try to give myself an opportunity to play for a quality team.
Just, I'm curious, how hard a decision was it, and how did the way this season end play in? Did it make it easier to leave, harder to leave, the fact that you guys didn't get some of the goals you were aiming for?
It was definitely a tough decision. I think this is probably one of the biggest decisions of my life, behind maybe choosing a college and maybe other things that you have to do. One thing that I realized is that I had to grow up throughout this process a lot, and I had to make sure that I made informed decisions and talked to the proper people for that. And guys like former pros that played here, Joe Harris, Mike Scott, a lot of those guys, Roger Mason, those guys helped a lot in the process. Corey Alexander, who's also a part of what I'm doing and helping me make a decision. Just talking to those guys and realizing what it takes, and they gave me great advice throughout the process. And as far as the season and everything, after losing to Michigan State, that was tough, but that had nothing to do with me making a decision. I'm proud of what our team accomplished this year, and I'm just excited to move on to the next level.
Justin, did you enter the season thinking in the back of your head that if you played well, that probably would be your final year? And when it did come time to make the decision, was there a deciding, any overriding factor that pushed you over the edge toward turning pro?
No, I honestly can say when I entered the season, there was no thoughts of becoming a professional athlete, just because that's not how we are here as a team. We're very team-oriented, and we focus on what can we do as a team to achieve the most success. And what we want to do here is we want to win championships, and I think we did a great job of winning a huge championship in the ACC regular season title. And yeah, that's that.
Was there one big factor that made you go one way or the other?
No, there wasn't. What I was going to say earlier, actually talking to all those former guys, is one thing that was consistent is that these guys would tell me, one day you'll wake up and you'll say, I want to come back to school and win a national championship. Then the next day you'll wake up and you'll say, I want to become a professional athlete. I think Joe Harris' situation was pretty similar to mine. His junior year, he had a pretty tough decision to make. And just talking to those guys a lot, I think they gave me a lot of confidence, and they were with me, and they supported me through whatever decision that I made.
When the news first broke yesterday on Twitter, you seemed to shoot it down real quick. Is there any reason for that? Were you just thinking you weren't ready to announce it yet, or?
Yeah, I wasn't ready to announce it yet, partly because I haven't talked to my family about it. I didn't talk to Coach Bennett about it and our coaches about it or my team. All of that stuff played a huge role in this moment for me and for whoever got the information or said something about it. Nothing that, but I had literally just woke up because I was feeling a little sick the night before, and I had literally just woke up and I got all of these congratulations texts, and I wanted to stop it. Like, wait, hold on, like this is not the time. But no, it was nothing by it. I just wanted to hold off until we made it official, and talking to our coaches and everything in my family, and with the help of Bach and our media press being able to release it officially. That was a great feeling, and I'm happy that it went the way it did.
How much did you struggle with the decision, and if so, was thinking about what you guys had coming back potentially, was that a potential, I guess, a downside to going pro?
Well, you know, we're gonna have a great team regardless. We've seen that with this year and my injury. A couple guys having to step up, and the program that Coach Bennett runs here and our staff, we have guys that are very capable of stepping up. And when I made this decision, I had to realize that there is no looking back. So there is no looking back of what could have been as far as here at our program. I still consider myself, and my teammates and coaches consider me as program family. So I root for this team like no other. And whatever the case may be, I'll be their biggest fan, and I'm going to still encourage the guys and talk to the young guys every chance that I get. But once you put 2 feet in, you have to press forward and move on and not live in the past.
In retrospect, how influential was last summer when you were able to hone in on your three-point shooting skills? Because that's generally how the league is trending right now.
I think that was huge for me. I think it was huge for me to get away, and I was staying with my cousin, who's actually a professional athlete, I think I've said before, for the Bears. And he was, I think, going through his OTAs, and just seeing his mentality, his mindset, that changed a lot. That changed everything for me. Just seeing how he had 2 kids and his wife, and he would have to wake up at 5:30, 6 o'clock in the morning just to go get in the warm pool, just to get his body warmed up and get everything ready mentally and physically for practice. When you see that business approach and when you're around it, and then while I was out there, I had the opportunity to work with Coach Pratt and TC Boost and their strength and agility program. But outside of the training, it was just a level of focus and an approach that I think I created out there, and I'm very thankful for being out there that summer.
Justin, how close are you to graduating, and are you going to stay enrolled this semester, or have you withdrawn from school?
This is a great question. One thing that I was very concerned about is finishing up school. That's one thing that I want to make sure that I do, not only for my family and my coaches here, because they love to see that success, but for myself, truly. I maintained a 3.0 GPA throughout my 3 years, and my academic advisor, TJ Grams, he said if I could try to get a 3.0 this semester, then I would have been a part of the academic All-American team. So those are definitely goals that I've had, and that's not something that pulling out of school or anything is not something that I want to do. I want to make sure that I finish out this year strong in the classroom. I actually just got back from one of my very important classes. I rushed over after, but I want to make sure I've met with professors and talked to them about everything that I can possibly do as far as trying to do extra things or whatever I can do to try to finish up strong. And they're very cooperative about it, and I'm very appreciative for it.
So do you come back and finish your degree then?
We don't necessarily have a concrete plan in place, but we did talk about it yesterday. TJ and I did, and we plan on maybe taking a couple of courses online, but majority of my courses here in the summer, while I could also be here and train. But I'm from here, I'm sure everyone knows that, but being from Virginia helps a lot because it kind of kills 2 birds with 1 stone with seeing family and friends, and also being here and being able to train with the people that I trust most, and that's the UVA staff.
Last question, Mike.
You addressed just Coach Bennett. What kind of advice, feedback, how much interaction was there between the 2 of you as you went through this process?
Oh, man, Coach Bennett was huge. I'm just so appreciative of the opportunity that he gave me. I guess I should start by saying that by offering me a scholarship to come play for the university. One of my main guys who's here now at the press conference, Coach Williford, I remember the relationship that we've had before even UVA, and he was here at UVA. We were talking about it earlier this morning when he was at American University, and I bought into him, and when he introduced me to Coach Bennett, it was a very reliable source in Coach Williford, and I trusted Coach Williford so much that I trusted Coach Bennett that much more, and I'm just so appreciative to be in good hands here at UVA. Throughout this process, Coach was very big in my faith, and he just wanted me to know that whatever decision is made is going to be a great decision, and you have to have big faith in it and ask God for help, and that plays a huge role in my life and his in particular. But when everything that he said to me was great advice about here's the positives, here's the negatives. You have to be able to weigh everything, pros and cons. And I'm very thankful that he's in my corner and able to give me that legitimate advice as a college coach. Lastly, I would like to thank all of you guys for covering me and my team throughout the course of my 3 years. I'm very appreciative of everything that you all have done. So I just want to say thank you to you guys as well.